So in the video, we're just going to be learning how to make the pattern. This is part 1. For part 2, we're just going to assemble the jacket from the pattern that we're going to create. So these are the measurements that you're going to need to be able to create the pattern. You're going to need your shoulder length, and I'm demonstrating how to measure the shoulders. You're going to cover the bone that pops up in the back of your neck. The next measurement you're going to need is your neckline. Then you're going to need from your shoulder down to the tip of your bust. This is so you can have a line around where the bust is going to be. Measure the bust and make sure it's even all the way around. Once you measure the bust, you can move on to the length of the jacket. It gets kind of cut off. I mean, you can't really see where I measure it to. So. And make sure it goes over the boob. I didn't say boob, sorry. Okay, the next thing you're gonna measure is your armhole. And then after that, you're going to measure around the thickest part of your arm, I guess. And then how wide do you want the sleeve at your wrist to be. I didn't show this part, I think I cut it off on accident. Last but not least, you're going to want your arm measurement. And this part gets cut off too because I was too close. But it's going to pass over your elbow, and you want to keep your arm slightly bent. You might need a friend to help out with it. And obviously you could tell because I totally messed it up.
Hello guys, so now we're gonna start on making the pattern for the jacket, I mean. Sorry, check. So, this is basically what it's gonna look like. You're going to have in total, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces to cut out. Well, maybe 9. Well, 8 different shapes, I mean, to cut out. So I'm just going to quickly go over them. Usually this stuff, I'm not gonna give you exact measurements because, I mean, these specifications are to my proportions, etc., and I just make them up as I'm making my pattern. This is basically what the pattern is going to look like.
So the first thing you do is draw a line and square it off. Then you're going to get your shoulder measurements and divide it in 2 and mark it and draw a line. Once you're done with that, you're going to get your neck measurement divided by 4 and mark it as well. Create a collar. Then you're going to angle it just for some shoulder slope. Then you're going to measure from the neckline down to where you measure the bust line. Then afterwards, measure the bust line divided by 4. And then you're going to create your armhole. Mark a line. Then you're going to measure the length that you desire it to be. So for this next step, you're going to create the front lapel, I think? Lapel? I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, basically you're just going to alter the neckline, make it into a V, and then extend it into a little triangle. sure there is some space. So now we're gonna cut it out. You're gonna want to cut it out, and when you fold it in half, cut it along the entire thing, I guess, I don't know. And then cut out the triangle form for the lapel, whatever, however you pronounce it. And that's what it's gonna look like. You might want to add a piece of paper right there just to even it out, I guess. That's only optional. You're gonna cut both of that one on the fold. So for example, when you're cutting it, the fabric's gonna be folded in half. Then this next piece is gonna be cut out from this piece. You're gonna make a duplicate of it. So you're gonna have an entire piece and that little piece. I don't know. I'm sorry guys, I'm really bad at explaining. It's easier for me to do it than explain it. So yeah. Remember to add a seam inch allowance on everything. As you could tell, I wasn't paying attention in the beginning and didn't mention it. I'm so dumb. Then yeah, I'm just explaining to add a seam inch everywhere. I don't even know what I'm saying in half of this video. Probably just not even the same thing. So yeah, for the body, it's basically going to be 3 pieces. I'll explain how to sew it later on since it's kind of hard to explain. The next thing we're going to do is the collar. You could either do a rectangle and angled rectangle. I don't know what they're called. Sorry, I forgot. It's kind of embarrassing. But I do this slightly curved thing for the bottom piece. And for the top piece, you're gonna have that. I only do this because I just wanted this to sit. You guys could just do a rectangle and a slightly curved piece. I mean, not slightly curved. A rectangle and an angled piece. The top piece and the bottom piece would be a rectangle. So for the sleeves, I thought I was into the sleeves now. For the pocket, you're gonna do a square. It's really easy actually. Just a square, either an inch or half an inch line, and you're gonna create a copy of that square to create the little flap. Okay, hopefully I can explain this really quickly. For the sleeve, you're going to fold the paper in half, and you're going to put your arm measurement. There's a line along the top. That's going to be the full arm length that you did, the fullness, I guess. And then just measure the bottom. And yeah, you guys are pretty much done with the pattern. Up next, I'm going to show basically what the pieces are again, just as a reminder.